Rocket League have added a new update to the game as I smack my mic. Welcome to the video. We're going to be talking about this new update. We're also going to be discussing some other updates that they can make to their game and things they can change to improve it overall. Now, we have match history, okay? You can see your last 20 online matches from the past 30 days. You can see things such as stats, your goals, assists, saves. You can see match length, the result, and the best part, you can also save past replays and see it on the right side of the screen here in the saved replays tab. And we can also see player profiles on the Rocket League website. As you can see here, season 16, 696 matches played. You can see the wins, the win percentage, shooting percent. You can see the shots, goals, saves, stuff like that. And also your entire kind of playing time on the game, your entire career, shots, goals. Really good stuff. This is really cool. And you can also see previous season. By the way, I just want to point out, my demos, my average demos, as you can see on the right side of both screenshots, they're the exact same, 1.11. Really interesting. Over, the course of 700 matches played about this season and almost 1,200 last season, the same average. Let me know if you guys have had, something similar. I'd be intrigued to see if that's the case, but I was just kind of, amazed by that. All the stats are very similar, but I guess that's just because you're constantly playing the same game and you're the same player. But anyway, really cool stuff on their website. Really good thing to update to the game. Now, I'm no game designer, okay? I don't know what can feasibly be added to the game. Some things that I may suggest today are too hard to add to the game in its current state. However, I don't care. I'm just going to suggest them anyway. I think they're good ideas. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. The number one thing that you think should be added to the game, go and comment right now. And at the end of the video, we'll see if we have, we might have some of the same things, okay? I've got about 8 things that I want to share with you guys today. I'm going to guess that 90% of you have commented to bring back trading, okay? I completely understand that. I'll talk a bit about that at the end of the video, but let's get into our first thing that I think should be added. Now, in my opinion, number one thing, Esports Tab, okay? There should be a very accessible Esports Tab on the main menu that you can see RCS scores, anything, RCS teams, league standings, anything like that, RCS related. And I think you should also just be able to access the Twitch page through the game. Now, I know they do have an Esports Tab when things are happening. I swear to God, half the time it's not even correct or updated half the time, and maybe it is for RCS, but you could have anything showing at all times. They can incorporate community tournaments, stuff like that. Don't know why they don't. We definitely should have a more accessible Esports Tab right there. And another thing, they should be having signups run through the game, RCS signups, okay? In my opinion, there's no reason why you would ever want to be using a third party to run your tournaments in your game. If you can have everything just kind of local to your game, within your game, absolutely way better, okay? We know Fortnite have something like this, I think. All their tournaments are ran through their game, signups are ran through their game. If we can have something similar, it would be great. And no, our current tournament system, our in-game tournament system isn't built for this right now, but it's something to improve on. I think they would see increased signups from it. I think we'd see increased kind of, just general positivity about RCS throughout the whole community. I think people would be more hype. There'd be more players playing, more people speaking about it, more eyes on it in general. Let's go on to the second update. This one is my personal favorite, and I think everyone would love this, and that is being able to spectate your friends and top 100 players matches within the leaderboard, okay? Being able to see them happening live. You can just load up the leaderboard, click on someone's name, see them in whatever match they're in, and watch live. I don't know, again, I said it at the start, I don't know how feasible this is, but imagine being able to load up the game, watch your favorite player, watch Zen in some twos against your other favorite players, and people can talk about it if they want to. They can just watch it, they can create content around it. I think it creates way more opportunities for players to just see their favorite players, watch them play, and just more content for the community outside of the pros and the regular current content creators to create. Okay, I think it would be an absolutely fantastic thing, and I think just in general, it's really cool. Okay, it's just a cool thing. I think it should be limited to just top 100 players and players on your friend list, because I don't know what else you could do to get into other people's matches. But yeah, that's the second update, and definitely my personal favorite one at least. Now, number 3, I have no idea why we don't already have this in the game, and that is a workshop map search tab. Okay, very simple. In the workshop map section, why can you not search for maps that have been created in the game? Now, you have to go through Steam to get these in your game. At least that's the only way I know how to do it. That's the only way I've done it. Why can we not do it through our game? I just think that's a massively missed opportunity. Very simple. You guys all understand, what that would look like, what that would mean. But yeah, so I'll leave it at that. I think that would be way better than having to go through, again, another kind of third party through Steam just to access workshop maps. I think it's pretty flawed. And on that note, I think we should have way more frequent switching on game modes. Now, I understand we have a few, we have drop shot and stuff like that in ranked now. That's been around for a while. And we also have, these limited time game modes. I think these should be changing way quicker than they are. And I think that we could be adding, honestly, just better stuff. For me personally, again, it's all about, making money and stuff like that for a company. But Lethemir does fantastic stuff. For me, pay the guy, let him do stuff within your game. The amount of stuff that Leth does for the community, for this game in general, in the maps he creates and stuff like that, very skilled, very hardworking. He could absolutely do something with Rocket League and have more game modes switching around in the game. I think that's a really flawed thing, because this game is really simple, right? Nothing changes. There's no changed kind of physics. It's been the same game for multiple years. You're playing with a ball in the same size pitch. There's not much to do outside of the different game modes and some workshop maps. We should be trying to get as many different game modes switching around as quick as possible, in my opinion, to keep things light and keep things new for the community. I think it's a massive thing that players have gotten bored of the game in the past, I'd say especially 3 years. And I think that we're seeing the effects of that. Maybe not in the numbers of the player base, but just in the general kind of sentiment in the community, because I think players are complaining. At least I see it on Twitter, which is a very, very small percentage, but I think it still does affect things. New game modes would be absolutely fantastic. More frequent switching of them. Okay, number 5, very small one, creator items. I don't know why we don't have, more items being added that people would actually want to buy, honestly, of their favorite creators. I know it sounds convenient, me saying this. I'm a creator. Of course, it would benefit me, but I just think it is good. I mean, on that line, why don't we have, world champion decals, okay? Anything like that is just connecting, fans to people that create content around the game. I don't see why it wouldn't be a positive for for everyone involved. I think they do overprice the items in this game right now. And on that note, with trading, obviously, I don't believe that's ever going to come back. I know that there was something. I think someone created a video thinking that it would be coming back. Maybe it would. I hope to be proven wrong. I think the community loved it. I don't think they would. I think that having control of the item prices gives them way more, just makes them way more profit and things like that. However, I do not see a reason. Okay, I do understand the reason. They obviously have limited items featured in the shop like these, so things seem rarer, seem, more exciting when they eventually go into the shop. I still think it's a missed opportunity to not make the shop bigger. I don't think you have to include every item in the game, but just include way more than this. Okay, that's what I personally believe. These things are way too expensive in terms of items, in my opinion. But yeah, that's a different story. Now, I do think creator items would be a fair positive. Now, the next thing is community competitions. There's a little bit of a theme in a lot of these updates. I think that I share the belief that there's a massive disconnect from casual players in this game and people who create content and the overall kind of views this game gets. I think there's a lot more casual players than there are people actually watching the game. And I think it's massively detrimental right now to the overall success. I think things like community competitions can improve that, okay? Anything that allows people to create content, allows people to have fun outside of this very competitive, naturally competitive game. Things such as a create your own decal contest. I believe they did that recently. I could be wrong. But I think they did something like that, or I at least heard, rumors about them doing something like that. Hopefully they've already done it. And maybe like a competition to create your own workshop map, which is tough in this game. We probably do need something that you can create maps easier with. Again, they have that in Fortnite. Definitely don't have it in this game. I think that's something to do with us being on Unreal Engine 3 from what I've heard. But anything that can improve stuff like that would be great. And also top 100 leaderboard prizing. Now, this is obviously all money or extra prizes. I just think if you don't even have to increase the budget. I think the budget can be allocated differently. It can even be taken from the RCS tournaments and things like that. Now it's obviously two separate kind of entities, the competitive side and the casual side just of the game. However, I think they naturally can overlap and change. If you can have top 100 or top 10 leaderboard prize in every ranked season, the amount of imagine the content that can be made out of that, like people, players racing for that #1 spot for the prize last second, the streams, the videos. I think you don't even have to put much money up for it. I think it would be overall a really exciting thing. Especially in the closing moments of seasons. And I think it just gives a little bit more hype around ranked in general. Now, I understand that doesn't affect most of the player base, which is a fair kind of criticism of that potential update. Another thing that they should do, which would affect the general player base, is honestly just improve the season rewards. I don't think, right? And again, there are hardworking people that are working on this game. Designers, everyone, honestly. It's a small team, and I'm really trying not to criticize that. I still think that, happy to be proven wrong, I still think that the effort that goes into the season rewards, it has to be low, surely. There are way better stuff that they can do. I hope I don't sound ungrateful, but I think they don't put as much effort as they can, and I think it would be better if, honestly, little things, even if you don't want to change the rewards, the overall quality of them, or the design, announce them sooner. Announce them at the start of the season so players can understand what they're working towards, okay? Now, I'm not as clued up on items as I could be. I believe they announce them at the end of the season, right? Or near the end of the season when it's almost already over, and then you receive them after. If that's changed, I know that was the case around 2 years ago at least, when I last kind of remember looking at items like that. But if that's changed, apologies. If it's not, why not? I don't see it. So yeah, that's I think that's the 7th update of the video. And the last update. Now, I did save this one until last because this, I have no idea. None of them I really don't know how easy it is for them to implement it. This one, it's probably impossible, but I think it would be really sick. I'll say it anyway. Along the same lines of being able to see player matches live, okay, seeing top 100 player matches live, if you can click on their name, for example, in that or within a replay and see an overall player profile of that player, you can see their, what we see in our match history. You can see their kind of stats. You can see kind of matches played in the season, matches won, stuff like that. You can also see their card design, their current card design, and their camera settings, and you can copy them over to your game. Okay, this is really a really small thing, like an improvement that would probably take way more effort compared to the actual result, basically. But I just think it would be quite cool. Players being able to copy their favorite, pros' camera settings really easily. And their card designs, again, really easily without having to search it up and look it up and all that stuff, going through kind of all that hassle. I just think it would be really cool. And again, anything that connects kind of casual players with other players of the game, the top players, I think it's an overall improvement. and we'd see just general more positivity about in the community along stuff like that. Again, there we have it. Those are the 8 things that I think should be added to the game. Definitely have missed a lot that you know, could be improved on. I think you guys can show or share with me in the comments what you guys think I've missed or think would just be good. Your favorite one maybe out of the kind of 8 I've given, and things you disagree with me on as well. I'd be intrigued to read it all and have some discussion in the comments, because I think we all share the same opinion. We just want the game to improve. Everyone loves this game. It's absolutely fantastic and has the potential to just be the biggest game in the world. Like there's nothing else like it, and I think that yeah, if we can take advantage of that, everyone would love it. So guys, if you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like, drop a sub to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.